The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
You're now tuned into a Planet Fanatix production.
The more interesting silence for me was Blade and Wonder Man. Those were the interesting silences for me because it seems to me that you would want to put out that fire about anything going on with Blade and the delays and all that stuff if you were able to. The first thing I would want to do is have my face, if I'm Kevin Feige, right next to Mahershala Ali's face and us waving and smiling saying we are so excited for what we're getting for Blade and we can't wait to bring it to you. Even if we can't get him into the suit, that is going to be one of the major write-ups from the weekend is going to be Kevin Feige and Mahershala Ali dispel any rumors of Blade dismay or Blade turmoil. We are getting that shit out of the way right now if we are able to.
One good way
so
to
the
do
fact that they didn't.
One good way to do that is show us him in the suit. You got a big screen right behind you at the Anaheim Center. You go, look, this is what Blade, you already fit in his costume. Here's your first look, everybody. Now, that's not movie footage. That's not a script. But at least we can go, okay, things are rolling. All right, good to know that there's a Blade going on.
Yeah.
And he couldn't even dress up.
The fact that they didn't do that, it makes me think that they weren't able to, which would mean that Mahershala probably has moved on. If he's moved on quietly, it would behoove him to kick the can down the road and not talk about it until they've decided how to pivot away from it. Is anybody going to be all that mad at Marvel about Mahershala Ali not actually bringing his role of Blade to fruition if we're having a Blade 4? Is anybody going to be all up in arms? And if they are, how is that going to balance out? The excitement of, oh my God, Wesley Snipes coming back for a fourth Blade versus, yo, we really waited around for 5 years and never got a Blade movie from Mahershala Ali. I think the latter of that will kind of go to the wayside while everybody gawks over the prospect of Wesley Snipes coming back.
Ryan Reynolds.
It's smart. It's smart. It feels like they kind of put the pieces in place for this to play out that way. We just got to kind of see how it plays out. But right now, that's kind of where I'm leaning. It doesn't seem positive for the new Blade.
Okay, good way that you ended it, because you just said it doesn't seem positive for the new Blade. Because Wesley Snipes is returning for a fourth Blade. It's still positive. It's just not as good.
Yes, it is.
You know, I'd prefer the Mahershala Ali just so we can refresh the character so that we never get the idea only one actor is attached to one character. But I'll take that Wesley Snipes Blade.
Yeah. The one thing I don't want to reaffirm with this, though, is this idea now. Again, we talked about this last week, that now Ryan and Hugh, especially with this news that has been floating around from My Time to Shine about Hugh Jackman trying to come back post-Secret Wars. I don't want to start to fall in love with this idea of one actor owning these roles in perpetuity. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine for me on the silver screen. He can't be anybody else. You know, he is Logan. But the idea of the next 10 to 15 years of Wolverine being Hugh Jackman scares me a lot. It scares me a lot because that tells me you've got nothing. You've got nothing. Nothing. It doesn't matter how many characters you have, how many storylines you got in the tuck, how many different directions that we can think about going. If they are going to commit the next decade to Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, y'all, it don't matter how much nostalgia is in that bucket. This shit is going to fail. It's going to fail because creatively they're tapped. They're tapped. They ain't got nowhere to go. And the only thing that they can do to get you back into your seats is saying, hey, here's your fave. Your fave's coming. Come on. Your fave's coming. Come get it from your fave.
I'm glad we're talking about this. This was actually something I wanted to dive into. That shit's not happening. And I said this the last video that I think we talked about it. I think I said it the last solo video I did about it. The next thing I'm expecting to hear is Mahershala Ali and Marvel have parted ways. Creative differences. Either that or he's simply not going to get the movie. And the reason I say he's simply not going to get the movie because one of the latest reports here from Alex over the Cosmic Circus is that he's going to play the Nick Fury, which we kind of all figured he's going to play the Nick Fury of the Midnight Suns, the spooky side of the MCU type of deal. Okay, Nick Fury doesn't have a movie in the MCU either. So I assume if I assume he's going to just, if he's going to play the Nick Fury, he's not going to get this film. That's not happening. I don't care. They still, I mean, one of the other things that was reported was that they're still aiming for the release date of November 7, 2025. Bullshit. That's not happening. That's not happening.
Yeah,
The post-production schedule that they have and the reshoots that they have for every movie.
No, it's not happening. I don't give a fuck how much Kevin Feige said up there before Deadpool and Wolverine and said, oh, he's read the script and they're just trying to pin down at that. No, they're not. No, they're not. This is not top shelf priority for them. And it's like, Marcus, like you were just saying, you and Chill were just saying, you know, if you really wanted to get fans happy or at least, you know, have us thinking that this is still a go, D23 SDCC was the moments to do it. And you did not bring Mahershala out. The thing that we heard before D23, the last little report here, is that the film is in limbo, which means that I'm telling you, the next thing we're going to hear is Mahershala and Marvel have parted ways with the solo film, or he's just going to do the Nick Fury thing, or just parted ways in general. And if I were Mahershala, I wouldn't accept the Nick Fury role. We sat down in 2018, 2019, 6-7 years ago, and talked about me being Blade. And you, Kevin Feige, said, when Mahershala Ali walks into your office and tells you he wants to be Blade, you make him Blade. We have, bro, again, I said this before, the only thing we have when it comes to Mahershala Ali as Blade is fan art. We have no idea what this brother looks like in the MCU, nor are we ever going to know what this brother looks like in the MCU because he's not joining the MCU. So I'm not shocked. And then, like y'all were talking about Armor Wars, we're to believe rumors, it's quietly canceled. So, and somebody tweeted, and I agree with this. We've talked about this too. The treatment of Black characters at Marvel really needs to be analyzed. It really does need to be analyzed.
Black actors.
Yes, yeah. It needs to be
Terrence
analyzed.
Howard, Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo is going to voice act for Norman Osborn.
Yep. Yeah, well, he got the
Great
villain.
round, right?
Yeah, he got that villain he wanted, I guess.
All of that hubbub, all of that blah. Oh, who's he gonna play? Is he gonna be Kang? Oh my God, he's gonna replace Jonathan Majors. No. We said race swap Norman Osborn.
Feel represented.
Yeah.
It's like we need to have a stronger kind of voice or, I don't know, a hashtag for how race swap casting isn't real representation. Now, that's way too many words for a hashtag, but there needs to be some sort of message that's like a easy, like a, yeah.